Rolling.
As someone who didn't write an intro for this podcast, I can speak from experience about forgiveness. Josiah, do you forgive me?
Welcome to Millennial Excellence, I think. Right?
Yeah, you forgive me?
I don't know yet. Is that did you come up with the concept for this week so that you didn't have to write an intro, or
No, I really did want to talk about this fascinating phrase.
Okay, then I forgive you.
Good.
But I hope that Ned, between now and then, has made the most complex 3 seconds of music for that imaginable.
Well, another thing I was thinking of doing was being like, as someone who, 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 and hopefully it's like a kind of a UK garage beat where there's a bunch of like chops of my vocals.
Yeah. So
like
that's
I'll bring you flowers in the pouring rain. As someone who,
kind of like Nia Archives or something.
yes.
Instead, precisely. We're on the ME Archives, Millennial Excellence, and we do need to talk about our tagline, which I did come prepared, unlike some folks, some young folks. Folks. I have noticed that you mostly do seem to want to sing a lot. And I think we need to do something. We should do a karaoke episode or something.
That'd be great. Yeah.
So I think what we're missing, and you've been saying it, and I haven't been listening, the show's missing sex and subversion.
Yes. We can't become the Hey Geronimo of shows.
So I think what we need to do is play with some sexual language.
Okay.
So I was thinking, let me just say
before you start. No,
okay.
Before you start.
Okay.
The sex needs to be classy, not trashy. Now, proceed.
Well, that kind of already ruins it. I was thinking more of like a classic ad campaign that's a double entendre, like Millennial Excellence, I'm inside you.
That's not bad.
Because the podcast is inside. Whoever's listening, we are inside them right now.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, literally, like if you're listening right now, Miles and I are inside you, inside your hole, your ear.
Mm-hmm. And we're vibrating in there.
It's true.
That's what sound waves are, right?
Yeah. I guess we're probably not mixed hard left and right. So I wouldn't say we're spit roasting. So I'm going to cross that off my sheet.
Yeah.
I had that written down.
That's great. I think if we're 10 more minutes in and I continue to not be able to hear you, we'll have to figure something out. But until then...
You can't hear me?
You're just like, you sound like a robot. You're just cutting out a lot, yeah.
Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties this week, I think. That's probably
fine. That could be a tagline.
We're having some technical difficulties this week.
Yeah, or just technical difficulties. Or difficult technologies.
What would that be a tagline for?
Like a AI app, I think.
So what now?
Well,
can you hear me? Do I need to yell?
That could help. That maybe could help. Maybe we should do an entire episode where we yell. It's like a punk show.
Oh wow, that could be good. That's a bit scary.
I think it's time. First, I would like to open up the floor with radical honesty.
Radical honesty.
Okay. I think for my thing that I want to be radically honest about, I think we should do all of our segments at the top of the show. Besides, Is It Reddit? Is It Reddit and Is It Millennial Excellence can be at the end.
Those aren't segments, though.
Oh, what are they?
Those are grandfathered in from before. This was an all-segment show.
Yeah.
They don't have theme songs.
Yes. They don't have theme songs, so you're right. So those stay put. What are they if not segments, though? They're certainly something.
Well, is the tagline... Are we in radical honesty or are we in segment discussion zone?
Is segment discussion a segment?
It could be. Because we do have to have a segment discussion also, and this is actually kind of partly radical honest. This is the segment discussion subcategory of radical honesty.
You're listening to Segment Discussion Zone.
Last week we said that the Insider Baseball section should be a segment with its own theme, and Caleb was having quite an intense week and was editing the episode quite quickly, and I had forgot to inform him that there was a section that needed a theme. So I guess on the recording we ask for a segment theme and it doesn't get added, and so it's kind of on me. I'm just trying to decide, do we forgive Caleb? Do we forgive me? Do we say if Caleb didn't deem it a segment, then it's not a segment? Or what do we do? How do we handle this?
I think we should look for a solution. And I think I just suggest that the Insider Baseball theme song should be like the crack of a baseball being smacked by a baseball bat, and that
inside somehow.
Do.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and maybe it's sound designed to be inside.
But so you're saying we need to retroactively go in and edit the last week's episode and add that?
No, I'm future oriented.
Okay,
that's what it's going to be next time.
So if you're listening to this episode and then you go back to the Keep Calm and Carry On episode, imagine. Well, hopefully we'll just sample what Miles did. I think there's going to be a lot of sampling of Miles's singing this week.
Yes, and this segment was kind of retroactively Insider Baseball.
Oh, that's true. So we could use it at the front of this.
Yeah.
Except I called it something else, like the segment Honesty Zone or something.
Well, it was Radical Honesty, and then it became Insider Baseball.
So your radical honesty was just that we should start the show with segments?
Just that we shouldn't do any segments at the end of the show. We shouldn't do millennial item at the week and at the end of the show.
This has been Segment Discussion Zone.
Are you in therapy?
Like right this second? It seems like it sometimes.
At this point in your life, do you go to therapy?
Not literally, no. Do you?
No. Do you? Well, it's not a riddle. Do you see a therapist on Zoom, even if you're not going? Okay, yeah. I was curious. I was just imagining you going to therapy and being like, "Yeah, I really have to open up about something," and then it's just kind of like a description of going to therapy itself. Like what I'm saying is, your radical honesty just being about the segments. I feel like you're creating more layers of obstruction to your inner core. I don't think that was very radically honest.
I think like if that was the kind of thing I was speaking to a therapist about, I would need to see a financial literacy person.
We should have a financial literacy segment. But I do have a brand new segment.
Okay.
And it's just called the Millennial of the Week.
Millennial of the Week.
And it's kind of radical honesty, but it's kind of different also, because I wanted to talk about this week real quick the millennial named Maddie Matheson.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, and actually I'll share this with you because my wife put me on blast today. But for some reason, I was just going out about my business, poking around the old web while dicking around, while trying to avoid work. And I felt the need to, and I do message my wife on Discord because she's all the way in the other room. So I messaged her and said this, and it's true. I just saw Matty Matheson, and I just decided today that I like him. And for a really long time, I didn't like him. I found him so annoying. But today, I just decided that I like Matty Matheson. And today, something changed. I thought he looked really cute in his suit that he wore on Jimmy Fallon. And I was thinking about, yes, he's very annoying, but also, like, that's my fault for watching The Bear. Like, why the fuck am I watching The Bear? It's the worst show ever made. That's not his fault. And it's sure he's in a band called Pigpen that seems really corny, but like bands are corny. And he's dressed is so good. So I decided I like Matty Matheson today.
Well, that's great. What was the name of that segment?
Of the week.
Just the millennial of the week. So if you have a millennial that you want to talk about.
Well, I think this transitions perfectly into the millennial item of the week or millennial object of the week. But today it's more of an item. Millennial object of the week. And this is something that has been bubbling around for a while, but I think it finally came to fruition. And La Culturistas podcast.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with this?
I am.
They seem to have recently had an award show. Right?
You know that I did text you about this a while.
I know. This is the thing that's been bubbling up, but I think it recently happened.
I didn't know if you were saying, are you familiar with this in a sincere way or a sort of like co-host way that I should play along with? So I apologize. So maybe ask me again.
Well, I guess like to pivot back to radical honesty, like when you sent me that thing, I didn't click into it, but I did see it, and I just didn't click into it because I knew it wasn't about us.
Yeah, let's do a quick sub-segment called Text History.
Text history. Text history.
Okay.
Because there was another one I wanted to bring up with you. Let me see if I can find it. Wednesday, June 3rd, we were talking about the new Blade album. I asked you a quick question about it, and it was enough that you answered me, and that was great. And then I thought, oh, we're hanging out on text. So I wrote back. It said that I feel like it's good as background music, but he's overexposed. And that I got the ick from the Young Lean music video with all the dancers. And I just wanted to talk about how I felt. I knew then that sending more than one message, I overstayed my welcome in the text chat. And I wanted to just say, I understand now. One quick, actionable text, that's all I get.
I don't think there's a rule about it. I think I was probably just doing something at the time. Sorry I didn't stop, drop, and roll to reply to
I just wanted
that.
to be catty about the Young Lean video with someone. Maybe you liked it with all the dancers. Did you?
I didn't think it was bad, like as an item of media by itself, but the
reaction,
media, the like campaign they did around it was weird. The fact
that it made it to LinkedIn was
strange.
Crazy. Yeah. And that's something people really have gotten angry at me about that in my life is reacting to the context or the reception of a piece of art rather than the art itself. But how can you not? The LinkedIn epic dancer music video was all over Tech Bro LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm. Which is most of LinkedIn, seemingly.
That's true. Yeah. Anyways, I already forget where we are. But I think that's a good segment to do iMessage recap here and there.
Sure. As a sub-segment, yes.
Do the sub-segments get themes too?
They get a motif.
Okay. Now, where were we? The millennial item
of the week. Mm-hmm. So the La Culturistas Culture Awards 2026 occurred this month. And we were aware that there was a
category.
There was a category, and there were nominees for the Hilary Duff Award for Millennial Excellence.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner of that category as of June 2026 is Indoor Fern.
What's that mean?
I think like
is that the girl from Obsession? Oh. I thought her name was Indoor Fern. Is it? The girl?
Her name's Indoor?
Her name is Inde Navarrete. Close enough. Indoor Fern. It's crazy that she's from an indie movie and her name's Inde.
Yeah. And
so what do you think about this Indoor Fern?
I think it's like, it seems pretty funny and irreverent. It's not, this whole thing isn't quite for me, but it's not bad. Here, you want to just, I'm going to read the other winners and you can just stop me when you get bored. Artist of the Millennium. And this is, I guess it's a podcast by Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang.
Yeah. Do you know literally nothing about this at all?
I know almost nothing. I know who Bowen Yang is.
That's how divorced you are. This is, I think, peak coworker culture for your coworker who's really in the know.
However, I know nothing of this. I've heard no one in my world is talking about this.
I did try to explain the needle drop Halsey beef to a coworker who's obsessed with Olivia Rodrigo because the Olivia Rodrigo thing started it all. And about 5 seconds into the conversation, I realized that I really shouldn't have tried. It was so much explanation. It was impossible. So I think Las Culturistas is for the people who don't hit the Vulture paywall because they pay for it, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're plugged in to culture, but not to Twitter, is what this is for, I believe.
There's
a lot of things I don't understand.
What I actually want to know is what else was nominated for the Hillary Duff Award for Millennial Excellence, but I guess we'll never know.
You want me to do my Google foo?
Yes. Yeah, here's some of the other winners.
Yeah, you read the other winners while I do
the
this. All
Good Either Way Award for Bisexuality in Media. Hannah Einbinder of Hacks.
Who's that?
Oh, God. This is hopeless, Miles. You gotta not read a book to learn who these people are. 30 Under 30 Pikachu.
I've heard of him.
Tokyo Disney Sea Land of Great Beauty Award goes to Roku City. That's funny. Record of the Year, All the Things She Said by Tattoo. The Shrek Award for Top Thing We Want to Do to That Green Guy, Double-Sided Dildo. This just seems like AV Club writing from
a little bit
many moons ago.
But it's campy and it's fun, I guess.
Yeah.
So here, I only have a poorly transcribed podcast transcription.
Mm-hmm.
In the category of Hillary Duff Award for Millennial Excellence, the nominees are Indoor Fern, Gentle Parenting But Backfired, The Gold Lame Pant from American Apparel, The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and Trow Got the Energy in That Room.
What is the last one? What?
I think it's a very poorly transcribed.
Trow Got the Energy?
I have no clue what it's supposed to be.
It's like TROU?
It's transcribed. The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Is that a book?
Yeah. Is
that the one about the painting?
I've never read it, but I know that it's I know that it is goated millennial cult. Well, I don't think Donna Tartt's a millennial. This is a good episode so far. I think everyone's enjoying
it's one of our best yet.
Don't forget to leave us a review, by the way. Yes, it is about a painting.
TROW. That book's been around forever. TROW got the energy in that room. What do you think that could be? Trow got the energy in that room.
Are we going to have a watch together this week or no?
Yeah. You want the link right now?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Well, you have one? I can make one.
Yeah, I have one, and I even have things queued up.
You got things queued up in here.
Thank you. Finally, something nice.
Well, all right, the reason I ask is because... Oh, and you sent me an invalid fucking access code, Miles.
Try this.
When I
this
search...
website's the weirdest website of all time.
Oh, because when I searched the thing that they said, it does show me this song, The Spark, by Cabin Crew. Is this that little kids song? They're like rappers who are little kids?
I don't know. Most rappers are little kids.
Now it's...
You searched TRO Got the Energy in that room?
Yeah, I did.
And it came up with stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the fucking watch together to play it.
Well, it's there.
It's adding a bunch of Discord crap to the link. It gave me this. Do they say Trow and the whatever? I think I've heard this before. You know this? I think it's on TikTok.
I don't know this one.
Okay,
I like this.
It's really good. Trow got the energy in that room. Well, they just say we got the energy. Who's like the funniest demographic? Wait. Are we allowed to say things that aren't tied to a segment, or ideally you'd like to categorize every sentence into a segment?
No, I think no. I'm playing around with your game. We can say anything we please.
What's the funniest demographic in your mind that could be rapping? Little kid, grandma, I mean, I guess little kid or grandma is kind of the only... I'm not sure if there's a funny middle ground. It's kind of normal zone in there. Well, but I'm curious, who's the funniest sort of... Yeah. What do you think?
That's such a hard question, because I don't think... It's, like, never funny, really. But, like, it's more... like, what's the most interesting or surprising? It's hard to say. Maybe like
at this
actually,
point, yeah.
No, I have a good answer. The funniest one is a middle-aged, like a 6-year-old white man who's doing it seriously.
Okay. 60, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the most unexpected would be if it was like a 40-year-old black man, because it's so expected that it becomes unexpected.
TRL, God, the energy in that room.
Yeah, so did you want to say anything about the fact that La Culturistas has a Millennial Excellence Award, or you're just reporting on the news?
I'm just reporting on it. I think it kind of messed up our SEO for a month, but we shall persist.
Yeah, have you been name searching lately? Anything going on?
Nothing new, I don't think.
Oh, there was that guy that said like someone from a podcast that 4 people listened to dissed him. And then someone said Millennial Excellence, and then he laughed.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was even about... the funny thing is, so this person said, you haven't made it till you get shit talked on a podcast 4 people listen to. And then someone replied and said Millennial Excellence. And I don't think the original person did mean that.
No, I don't.
Which means that strangers, when they think of obscure podcasts, we are top of mind, which I think is something.
Yeah. It's good to be the top of the discarded bin. It's good to be, yeah. It's nice.
Gotta be top of somewhere, I guess. Millennial Excellence, give me top.
Give me top. Have you heard that band Frog?
I don't think so.
They're like a indie band, but they have this song where he talks about giving. He's like, give me top, give me top, give me top. Baby, don't stop, baby, don't stop, baby, don't stop.
I think we should do an all singing episode.
Yeah, like a musical.
Like maybe Ned will have to write us an hour-long score.
Yeah, that seems great. What else? Oh, I've also been watching Farmer Want a Wife. You know that show?
No clue.
It's interesting because it's like the people who apply for that show are like 3 or 4 levels of charisma below people who go on The Bachelor, which makes it interesting. Like, so it's watching.
What is the show? What is it?
Farmer Wants a Wife.
It's just, that's like the title says it all. It's a dating show for a farmer.
It's a dating show, except they have 4 farmers, and they each start with 5 girls. And yeah, the farmers are extremely uncharismatic and boring.
Uh-huh.
And the girls are pretty bad at playing the reality show game. So it's kind of nice.
I love that. Actually,
yeah.
Wait, this should be a segment retroactively called
what?
Reality Check, where we talk about reality shows.
Yeah, what have you been binge watching lately?
Well, we just watched this show called Calabasas Confidential, which is a new Netflix show that is like a very, very shitty remake of The Hills with like all the discarded leftover Calabasas people who aren't already on more successful reality shows. And so it just was reminding me a lot of like watching The Hills. Like, have you watched The Hills before? Or those kind of the Laguna
but it's
Beach?
Been a while.
Yeah. It's just a lot of like fake going to an eatery and sitting outside and being sad that someone was talking to the boy that you said you liked first. And there's a really amazing part. Maybe I can find it actually. There's a really amazing part where this girl has started dating this dumbass himbo, and they like everyone else said that all the other girls liked him, but she was the only one who like went up and talked to him and kind of fuck, I can't find it. Anyways, she said everyone else is like, I think Ben is so hot, and she's like, yeah, well, me too. And then she like starts making out with him, and then they're like instantly like as if they've been dating for years, like they're just like all over each other, and they're at this place that's like the Calabasas version of the Grove in LA, if you've ever been there, which is probably the coolest mall on earth, outdoor mall. And so they're there, and they're like sitting by the fountain, and the fountain has turtles in it. And then suddenly Howie Mandel walks over and is like, whoa, look at these turtles. Hey, babe, check it out. All these turtles. And then he like looks in the camera and he's like, man, I love these turtles. And then he just leaves. And it's like impossible to tell if it was planned or not because it's so awkward and uncomfortable. And it's like, and the girl's like, oh my God, I'm like starstruck. I love Howie Mandel. And she's like 21. So that's what makes it seem fake. But also it's so awkward that like they didn't plan anything. I don't know. It's kind of incredible. But it was reminding me that when I came to Bloomington and we ate at like, where did we eat outside? Was it a Chinese restaurant or?
I think it was Thai.
But... Yeah, a Thai restaurant. I can't remember if it was like Indian food or, but it was rice anyways, I know.
Or Korean. It might have been Korean, but yeah.
Like sitting outside, shooting the shit, having just like dumb conversations, sitting outside. I really think if I had money, my dream would be to get the exact cameras that they use for The Hills and then shoot a reality show called The Gulch that's like hipsters in their mid-30s sitting outside having these aimless chats, and then there's like drone shots over the town. Yeah. And then it cuts to someone else, and we've like manufactured, or like, oh, you want to meet at Hopscotch? And then you're like, no, my ex is working. Or like, you know, we've created all these situations, and then like it plays Wishy over the credits.
I was wondering what you would use instead of the like millennial stock music that they use on those shows.
They actually have like tons of, I think back then they had a lot of, because Sarah recently rewatched The Hills, so it was on in the house a lot, and they had a lot of like industry pop punk on it.
Yeah.
Like bands that were real bands, but they just never broke through. So I guess Wishy would be a bad version, but I think it could just be like kind of indie fuzz pop rock bands. Or we get a partnership with Jag and go that route, but I don't know if they'd be into it.
I don't know either.
But if there was like a segment where it just cuts to Alex working at Jag, packing orders, And then like he's outside, and then someone's like, "Oh, I saw you at the Kickback last night." I think that'd be a really good show, don't you think?
Yeah, I had a podcast that was like that for a few years.
I heard. I read about that in The Guardian, actually.
Speaking as someone who reads The Guardian, the topic of the week is the phrase "as someone who." What comes to mind when you hear this phrase?
Well, I think of Ben Mora first and foremost.
Oh yeah, was that his Twitter name?
I think it might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hate that I think of that because it's so limiting. I don't know what I think. I'm trying to think. That seems like a lesser turn of phrase than the ones, but I can't. I feel like this. I'm glad
you think, like you can. Are you thinking of it on like a pyramid with? So I did a thing.
I wrote a thing. Definitely.
Yeah. What's in the genre? Of this?
I'm glad you're starting this because I've wanted to do this from the beginning. There's a few things that I think are almost impossible to put into words. Among them are when you're defending something that kind of sucks and saying it's good. For example, if I'm saying a lot of people don't like The Hills, but I think it's actually a pretty good show, then I would put in parentheses single word list of things that I like about it. Like music, ! California, ! Good times. So like putting a little exclamated aside list in parentheses is a millennial turn of phrase that I notice. And then I also think like this one I had it and I lost it, but it's like saying a list of what you did, but it's kind of a song. So being like, what did you do on Saturday? And you're like, well, we went to take the dog out, and then we went to the mall, and then we did this, and then it's kind of like a Tina Fey song or something.
Yeah. That's interesting because I feel like the three things we're talking about so far are all in different mediums. Like I feel like as someone who is social media, that's like a commenter thing, like to gain credibility.
It's true. I think
the thing about The Hills is more like a blogger voice, and then the sing song is obviously spoken.
Yeah. Yeah, and as someone who, what I love about it is that it does like nod to the obsession with identity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like identity being the core of authority. Exactly. Like when somebody says "as someone who," they're usually about to like scold you or like.
Right. Yes. As someone who has been through, yeah. Speaking of that, another one I thought of, which I think I've already said, is when people refuse to say crazy, and then so they say that's bananas, but then they pronounce it like bananas. They like say it like a child.
What?
They're like,
I don't know.
That was oh man, did you see the mall last night? That was bananas. They kind of say it like that. Bananas. But sometimes I'm just thinking of one person, probably.
Yeah, that one seemed specific. As someone, I think the one that really sticks out to me, this I remember seeing this like Twitter thread right at the cusp of COVID, and it was like, as someone who works in food service, and they posted this huge list of like food safety things that most people in food service don't fucking know about. Like they're like just giving yourself this credibility and authority that actually like isn't relevant. You could just be a hobbyist. I'm not a zoologist, but I know a lot about animals. I don't need to say, as someone who has studied animals in my free time.
Yeah.
As someone who studied punk academically.
What about like, I also feel like often now that I'm picturing it, I see people say, as someone who maybe someone else has shared some advice, like they're like, hey, just so you know, like it's probably not great to drink alcohol every single day. And then someone else, sometimes it's like a multiplier. Though, like, someone will be like, I'm a social worker, and I just want to say, like, you should be careful because alcohol can be addicting if you're not careful, and you shouldn't drink it every day. Then someone might say, as someone who actually did a PhD about this, I would, it's kind of like, it's not as often that you see as someone who, as the introductory statement, it's more a rebuttal, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It's a commenter's crutch, I think.
Yes, what you just typed is very good. That's probably the best as someone who of all time, and man, is she thriving right now on Blue Sky and TikTok. I would love to. I don't know. I don't want to step on your order.
Yeah, but well, I guess like before you do, I found this interesting website called Ludwig.guru, which seems to be the authoritative source on As Someone Who.
Just doing my Cloudflare check. All right.
Oh, Cloudflare was down on Monday. Did you notice that?
No, I don't really get what Cloudflare is. Like, how does it know you're not a bot if you just are sitting there for a second?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like a hosting. Like, Twitter runs on Cloudflare.
Oh, okay. But you know when it's like doing a Cloudflare check to make sure you're human and then it just like sits there for no reason?
Yeah,
What's that
I don't
about?
know what that is.
What's that all about? Yeah, cool. Ludwig Guru.
What do you think about... Don't you think things should just be... Like, websites should just be either .com or .org or .gov or .net?
Yeah, I don't know if I like the ones that are like .hey or like .computer or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I
Guru.
I kind of find myself like also looking forward to the internet being cooked. I wonder what I'll do. Yeah, Ludwig.guru. So what is this?
I don't know. Look, As Someone Who, grammar usage guide and real world examples.
As someone who is a correct and usable phrase in written English. Well, that's a good start.
Yeah. And it's used to describe someone's role in regard to the following part of the sentence. For example, as someone who works in the medical field, I understand the importance of taking precautionary measures. So, as someone who cared, these are human verified examples from authoritative sources. This website's kind of sounds like AI. This sounds like a Claude Code project.
Yeah, like for some reason it says that what you're reading has 89% authority and reliability with a 4.6 out of 5 expert rating with real world application testing done.
Well, here's an expert writing tips. Best practice. Use As Someone Who to clearly establish your perspective or expertise when commenting. Keyword commenting.
True.
On a topic. The common error. Avoid starting too many sentences with As Someone Who in formal writing. Vary your sentence structure to maintain reader engagement. So, As Someone Who is very common in news and media, and it's less common in academia, encyclopedias, and wiki.
Ooh, the academia one disqualifies our earlier private example.
So here's some alternative expressions. As an individual who, speaking as someone who, as a person that, as a representative who, as a party who, as one who, as a member who, being someone who, as an entity who, in the capacity of someone who.
They all have someone who. This is what the AI problem. They can't think of other synonyms.
So does this change anything for you?
Well, what I was going to ask, maybe we can think about it by the end of the episode, but I wanted to know, like, what would your As Someone Who be, and what would mine be?
It depends. It has, you have to come up with... I think, yeah, exactly. We have to come up with a scenario first, and then we can decide what we're...
So that's interesting.
As someone who. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So, maybe you are at a dinner party.
Okay.
And...
I'm closing my eyes. I'm picturing it.
You're in a conversation with 2 other guests, and the guests are talking about A movie, a movie based on a book, and you've read the book, but you haven't seen the movie. So what would you say?
I already know. Like again, I do radical honesty through the whole episode. And if I'm talking to strangers, knowing myself, and I'm saying this in a place of self-loathing right now, I probably would say, as someone who has gone to Sundance multiple times, I used to be a film writer, and blah, blah, blah. That's what I would say. Because then they'll be like, oh my God, you went to Sundance? Tell me more. So that's what I would probably say.
Yeah, or what about you're at a party, and two of the guests are talking about how much they hate Machine Gun Kelly. What would you say in that circumstance?
I would say, as someone who's been through a lot in life, I think you should open your hearts.
That's why you like Machine Gun Kelly, because of the struggle.
This does keep happening to me now that I have a lot of normal coworkers. Is I keep having to say, as someone who wrote about so much music that I forgot what good and bad is anymore. Now I only listen to Machine Gun Kelly or things like that. So I think I know what my as someone who is for myself fundamentally is I'm a former cultural critic who needs to preface everything with that, lest I freak people out with my opinions. Because I can't explain them without that context, and I still can't explain them. So that's my as someone who, but I guess that's more of a self-deprecating as someone who. It's not really the expertise.
Yeah, as someone who has worked in media, as someone who
I would probably say some bullshit like
was
that.
born in Canada but grew up in Scotland and then moved back to Canada.
Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah. Yeah. I guess, but I don't really know. Like, what's the thing where I'm like. Well, I do think like when I see people debating music criticism and being like, oh, you should be able to review music even if you don't know how to play music, or no, you shouldn't, or like people just say all this stuff about what good music writing is now, and I don't weigh in, but I'm feeling very as someone who about all of it, and that's why I don't weigh in, because I don't want to like talk to these children. They're all children to me.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, I'm good at being a hater, and I'm like, as someone who has been doing that my entire fucking life, no, you're not. Stuff like that. So I think that's probably my true as someone who is it when people. But I want to know yours. Like, is it to do with? You mentioned zoology earlier. Is it to do with animals?
I kind of know a lot about animals.
What would you ask if someone's like attributes a bird? Would you hit him with that as someone who?
I wouldn't hit him with that. If I'm being sincere, I wouldn't hit him with that in that context.
I don't think you would. I also don't think I truthfully would. I mean, I'm a little more prickly than you in my own ways, but I don't think I'm not really interested in hitting anyone with that as someone who, because I'm a more vibes based person. But I do think that you're as someone who might be to do with espresso.
I think that's true. I think that's 100% true. Yeah. Yeah. When I walk into a coffee shop, I know how good it's going to be before I even order.
What are the clues as someone who? What are the clues?
You it's like how they market themselves, what the steamed, how the pictures of steamed milk that's around the menu, the size of the menu. Like, you really want the ones that's just like espresso with milk or without.
Right.
And you have to just tell them what you want. But I definitely, like I remember I went into a coffee shop and I was like, I see you guys have soda water. Is there any way that you could like make me an iced Americano with the soda water? And they're like, is that good? And I was like, I used to be a barista. And that's you clocked me, brother.
I clocked you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if I clocked mine fully, but maybe. I don't know what I guess what this exercise is helping us break down. What is it? Is it a way of justifying your neuroses? or a way of projecting expertise.
Yeah, I think it's projecting expertise and also projecting timid politeness. Or it's like timid, it's like it's presumptiveness masked by timid politeness, which I do think is a millennial and internet born characteristic.
Right, true.
Any other thoughts before we watch videos?
I just want to think of like what are some of the best examples of all time? Like what's the goated as someone who?
I don't know. I think it's like it's hard. It's because it's like is there a goated example, or is it so just pervasive that it's like
it's also so pervasive that when I search it I can only see jokes about it.
Yeah, here's a sincere one from just yesterday. As someone who's old enough to remember life without internet, I want you to appreciate that the internet is amazing. So that's pretty annoying, right?
Yeah. That's true. I'm looking at some of my own that I've written before.
Did you? I tried to search and I only found people who replied to you.
Yeah, 2015, I guess I wasn't fully in character yet. But I was still being like, whatever. As someone who has lived in Vancouver and Calgary and doesn't care about hockey, I look forward to cheering for the winning team. So I did a sort of go sports kind of thing. It's just pretty bad. But then pretty quickly it was like, as someone who has lived in the same brownstone walk up on Times Square Boulevard for the last decade, I love reading NYC content for us locals. I believe I've experienced a great deal of gatekeeping as someone who learned about Sophie from the St. Vincent song. So I very quickly, but I do think to your point of the remembering what the internet used to be like, I remember like writing statuses where it was my name and then is after.
Those were so goated. And then like if you ignored that, you were a true poster.
Right. Yeah, like being like all my old Facebook statuses are like Josiah Hughes is so friggin' stoked for my records to arrive in the mail. Or like it's just like so embarrassing. I think
this is the only as someone who I have on Twitter. And it's pretty wet. It's not that good.
Is it from 2025?
Are you looking at it?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think we should share it.
Okay. Y'all, speaking as someone who was actually there, and I mean really there, basement shows, PBR bars, and Zanga posts, Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros was just the band you pretended to like to impress the cool girls wearing shutter shades and Mishka tees. And that was me that was me making fun of the discourse that was happening that got recycled last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say that felt a bit ahead of its time. I just searched for ones that have like tons of faves. This person whose username is all mosh no pit, which is pretty good. This is no context Brits sharing an image that says card only, and over and over again it says card only everywhere, and they're like, I think it's card only because the self-checkout machine says card only everywhere. And all mosh no pit has said, as someone who used to work in customer service, I assure you those 3 signs won't be enough.
Yeah, I noticed customer service is the goated as someone who, I think when I name searched you, it was mostly people replying to your Starbucks tweets.
Right.
Like,
okay. Yeah, I think customer service, I think like working behind a bar, those people are like or like even you used to be a server or a waitress. I don't mean to, or waiter, I should say. I don't want to gender it, but I feel like I've met, like, when you ever like go for dinner with someone who used to work in a restaurant and they're just like squirming in their seat, wanting to like freak out at the waitress and say all this stuff, how they're doing everything wrong. Like,
I like that so much better than the people who are overly permissive to every transgression.
Right. I feel like you're the latter, though.
I think it's like, I know, but like that is something that as I'm getting older, I'm like less patient when people suck at their job.
It's true. I agree with that, but I'm talking about like, oh, she shouldn't have put the cups down that way, or like she should have wiped the table before. Like...
I haven't been in a situation where that bothers me. I kind of like that. I guess it depends on the angle. Like, I like if it's coming from an insider baseball perspective. I don't like it when it's coming from an entitled, like, how dare you not serve me correctly?
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I guess like server is probably the best one. It's still, it is really a phrase that immediately became a joke.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of COVID ones. As someone who is vaccinated and boosted, etc. But I would imagine there's a lot of as someone who for the anti-vax community as well.
Yes. As someone who, if you Google, I want to do a test to see how the Wikipedia or how the Google search algorithm works. If you Google in quotes as someone who and then Wikipedia, what is like the article that is third from the bottom?
Third from the top.
My interesting one is third from the bottom.
Oh. Multi-potentiality?
No, I got goy.
That's my third one from the top.
Oh, I got multi-potentiality is fourth from the top.
Wow. Yeah, I would assume that's based on our ethnographic makeup, is that probably they're de-promoting that word for me and pushing it up a bit for you.
I think so too.
This is one of the top. This is the top result when I search as someone who, from Ethan Mollick. I do not think this is going to be a winnable fight in the long term. To be clear, as someone who was once a Wikipedia admin and who studies crowds, I think it is a crowning achievement of the web, but it works because of how human editors interact with it. That is going to change. So doing it as someone who, about being a former Wikipedia admin, is kind of a crazy double layer of fake credentials, I think. And who studies crowd. I mean, I guess this person's a professor. Maybe they actually do study crowds. Don't we all, though, in a way?
Yes, and we're studied by crowds. Okay. Video time?
Sure.
All right. Here's the only thing I was able to find actually about the phrase. Oh, can you hear it? Can I hear it?
One sec. Let me fix it. Here we go.
Understanding as someone who, an English phrase explained. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our English learning series.
I feel like English as a second language videos is the main AI slop that could suck me in.
This phrase is commonly used in English conversations.
It's easy to be sucked in by AI slop.
Understanding its
Do you ever get those
really
like they're like entire
skills.
cartoon ads where it's like, this is what happens when you're bloated. First, and it's like a Pixar like stomach dancing around, and it's full of poop and stuff.
Yeah, and then it ends up being an ad for Seed probiotics, and you're like, I thought you guys were classier than this.
The phrase "as someone who" is used to introduce a personal experience or perspective. It's a way of presenting your viewpoint based on your own experiences.
I think that's already a helpful thing to think about. Sure, it is used to introduce your personal experience or perspective, but it doesn't include something like "in my opinion" or something. I've always, in my experience, if you say "in my experience" or "in my opinion," you're saying this is all relative, it's all subjective. I can only speak about my lived experience, which is also a millennialism that we used to say all the time. Lived experience. But if you say from my perspective, or something to allude to where I'm sitting, that's a lot different than saying "as someone who," which assumes that because you've taken this action, you are now the authority. There's no humility to it.
It's also an immutable characteristic.
From
my perspective, your perspective can change, but you're always
someone who.
Or identity. For example, if I say "as someone who teaches English," I find grammar fascinating. I'm sharing my perspective as an English teacher. This phrase helps to provide context and makes your statements more relatable and specific.
This video is really calming and nice.
I like it a lot.
Now, let's look at how to use this phrase in sentences. It's quite versatile and can start a sentence or be used in the middle. For instance, starting a sentence, as someone who has traveled extensively, I recommend visiting Italy.
Okay, so let's for each of these think about if the sentence would work or even be improved without the as someone who. Yeah. I recommend visiting Italy. That's great. That's all you need.
Yes.
In the middle of a sentence, I believe, as someone who has studied history, that this event is significant.
Hard to grasp without knowing the event.
Yeah.
But if you're in front of the event right now, you'd probably be able to judge if it's significant or not without needing the qualifier.
Yes.
You only need the history thing if it's like a boring event. That doesn't matter. That doesn't feel like it matters.
Notice how the phrase seamlessly integrates personal experience into the statement.
I did notice that.
While using
Seamless.
as someone who, there are a couple of common mistakes to avoid. 1. Overuse. Don't rely on this phrase
I'm excited for
too
point
much.
2.
It's powerful but can become repetitive. 2. Relevance. Ensure that your experience is actually relevant to the point you're making. Saying, as someone who loves pizza, I believe we should save the rainforests, doesn't quite connect logically.
What's that? That reminds me of that, was it a Britney Spears post about how Lady Gaga is an interesting artist?
Mm-hmm.
What's that post?
That is charming.
Does anyone think global warming is a good thing? I love Lady Gaga. I think she's a really interesting artist. I think it came out later that it was because like Lady Gaga was on TV doing like a global warming event or something. There was some context that did make it make sense, but
yeah,
I think it is nice to put these two totally disparate sentiments together. And I feel like as someone who loves pizza, I believe we should save the rainforests. I mean, if you don't save them, you're not going to be able to eat pizza anymore because the world is going to be harmed. It still works.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's kind of more charming.
Yeah.
Incorporating as someone who into your English can make your communication more effective. It adds a personal touch and shows that you're speaking from experience. It's also a great way to connect with your audience by sharing a part of yourself. That's all for today's lesson on the phrase, as someone who. I hope you found this explanation helpful and that you'll...
What kind of class would this video be shown in?
Yeah, I don't know.
Feel more confident using this phrase in your English conversations.
Does it have a lot
writing.
of
Remember,
traffic?
Practice makes perfect.
No, this has like no.
Until next time,
views.
keep learning and exploring the wonders of the English language.
Like, do you think that it'd be possible to come up with the right prompt and just like spray YouTube with English as a second language videos and they'd actually get some hits? Or
it's interesting. This is, as someone who does seem to be some kind of MK Ultra AI Twitter word, because there's also 100 like slop videos of AI like this where it's like
lies, just the dumb one.
Jesus, it's like your life as someone who lies about small things, your life as someone who feels no pain, your life as someone who can't trust a soul, your life as like someone who can fly but not very long.
Interesting.
So we'll check out this.
Yeah,
and they all have like 20 views.
Somebody asks what I did this weekend, and instead of saying I sat on my couch eating cereal for 6 hours, I'd say I went hiking. Why? No clue. It just came out. The weird part is these lies...
It's such an AI thing for like a joke to make no sense. Sat on my couch eating cereal for 6 hours.
Aren't even good. They're terrible. Like when someone asks if I've seen a movie and I say yes, even though I haven't. Then they want to talk about it, and
channel's
suddenly
called Raw
I'm describing
Experience.
a plot I vaguely remember from a trailer I saw 3 years ago. It's the worst. Or when I'm late to something, and instead of just saying I lost track of time, I invent this elaborate story about traffic or my alarm not going off. Meanwhile, the person I'm lying to can probably see my car parked outside, completely fine, no traffic in sight. But I commit to the bit anyway, because turning back now would be even weirder. I think it started when I was younger. Adults would ask questions, and the truth felt boring. Did you clean your room? Yeah, totally. Spoiler, I didn't. I shoved everything under the bed like a raccoon hiding garbage. But saying yes felt easier than explaining that I'd rather do literally anything else. Fast forward to now, and I'm still doing it. Someone compliments my shirt, and instead of saying thanks, I tell them I got it at some obscure thrift shop downtown. I bought it at Target. Why did I lie? What was the point? Now, if they ask where the thrift shop is, I have to make up an address or pretend I forgot. It's exhausting. The lies pile up.
He's wearing the same shirt as the guy asking him.
Then you need another lie to support it.
There's no continuity.
Do you think they land this at the end?
No, I don't know. I think it's just 9 minutes of like boring rambling. Did you see that like Disney trailer that people said was AI?
No, I didn't.
Well, I'm not going to dig it up, but
I do want to say something about this. I am misremembering or half remembering, and I can't even remember what this was about, but it might be to do with the confusion about the POV meme, which I think is also kind of Reddit. But you know how people for a long time were saying POV for some reason instead of just saying what they want to say, and then other people would be like, actually, you're describing the other person's POV, not your own. And then they were like picking nits about POV. Is this tracking?
Kind of, yeah.
They'd be like, POV, your mixtape waiting to be, well, not mixtape, that's too old head. POV, your EP waiting to be finished, and it's like a computer with dust on it, or I don't know. Like, just confusion about what POV means. And then people were talking about how Gen Z's version of POV is different than millennials because Gen Z has only ever been online, and so they kind of do live vicariously through others. And this video being your life as someone who lies about small things, I think the function of this video is to, or at least the title, is to watch it and imagine what life would be like as someone who lies about small things. Whereas the millennial use of as someone who is about the self and being like, I'm someone who does this. But now it's about experiencing life as someone who, at least with these videos.
Yeah, and so there's a million of those. The other common one is kind of girly pop vlogs that also get no views.
That was the thing from Calabasas Confidential, is that when they see each other, first of all, every girl, and I forgot to tell you that one of the guys on the show is Master P's son, and also Brett Michaels' daughter. No, a different one.
Oh.
And Scottie Pippen's son is on it too. It's great. It's a great show. But when the girls see each other, first of all, whoever is going to visit who brings smoothies for everyone, which is an interesting and presumptive move. But they're always showing up with like...
I think that's product placement.
Yeah. I thought so, but they were kind of like, they were drinking Erewhon and like kind of shitting on it too. They like said it tasted gross. So I was confused by that. But they show up, they bring each other smoothies, and then they always say, hey, girly pop. And I didn't know, like, not to be like, where's our thing, but what could we call, like, why don't we get to say that kind of thing? Girly pop.
I think there's equivalents.
Like what?
You
can't think of one.
No, you got me.
There's not one. See, day in my life as someone who does nothing. So she's telling us to watch it so we can experience. There's this strange detached empathy brought in. We're watching to learn as what it's like as someone who does nothing. She's practicing piano.
That's kind of a something, I think.
Yeah.
She's singing softly as well.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like the Ear album that I'm obsessed with.
What's Subdued?
12:08 p.m. Subdued. Is that the name of the shop that she's at?
Yeah.
That That's a good name for a shop too. She's really has a vibey life. She's really acting. She's definitely in like a movie montage in her mind.
Yes. So honest review is that Subdue is like really nice. I love how it's more fitted to my body type, but it's really dusty. And
It's really dusty.
But these are really comfortable.
Subdued is her favorite shop, but it's really dusty.
I
Shit.
have way too much for this, so I'm not gonna buy them. Also, personal opinion, I prefer Brandy because I'm looking for more tops than like jeans or sweatpants.
Where do you think she is?
I think Brandy now.
Singapore.
With the name of Haji.
I think Subdued might be a big chain.
What's this photo booth she's in now? It's just a room?
Maybe it's adding a bunch of stuff in post.
Also, they're so cute. Which one should I decide on? It's called
Coffee Donkey?
Donkey spelled Donkee.
Cotton On?
Oh, actually, I know that store.
Really? That's a real store?
It's like an Asian H&M type store.
Oh, okay.
They just did a Monchichi collab.
Hi guys, I'm at my
I think she's in Manila.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Dinner looks delicious.
Damn, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with saying as someone who in this context is she's misinterpreted. Like, she did so much stuff. This wasn't someone who did nothing. She had a delightful day off.
I guess she doesn't have a job.
Yeah. Do you like when girls on TikTok hold up their product to the camera and then go like
With their hand?
and they do this?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
It's kind of gross. It kind of creeps me out, but I also like it.
All right, this video is called As Someone Who Guides Client Through Every Twist and Turn of...
Starting October 15, 2025, every Massachusetts homebuyer gets a fair shot at a proper inspection. A new law born from the Affordable Homes Act and finalized June 25 bans any offer that hinges on waiving inspections. Sellers and agents can no longer request or accept inspection waivers. Instead, they must present a mandatory disclosure form with every offer. Buyers still choose whether to inspect, yet they now receive a reasonable window to schedule and walk away if serious issues surface. Only 2 points remain negotiable: repair cost thresholds and limited deposit refunds. Both must stay within reason to keep inspections meaningful. Need a game plan for offers after October 15?
Oh, I see what happened is he tried to
realtor,
I think he wrote the description for the video with AI. And then he pasted the description as the title of the video. That's why the video is called As Someone Who Guides Clients Through Every Twist and Turn of a Greater Boston Transaction, I'm thrilled. That's what happened. Because that was repeated below. He was trying to say, I'm thrilled to see Massachusetts finally codify a buyer's rights to a thorough home inspection. But I'm trying to think even here, as someone who guides clients through every twist and turn of a greater Boston transaction, that's actually softening it to me than adding more cred to Homes by Will.
I wonder if is as someone an AI slop phrase? Like, are LLMs generating it? As someone who never played a hidden objects game, Find Matt's Cats is phenomenal.
Well, there must be many people who ask an LLM to rephrase the text they've written so it sounds less LLM-like. Written on Shower Thoughts. And the reason this popped up is because a reply says, as someone who tends to write in a technical style, is anal about spelling and grammar, and likes to use em-dashes, I really, really hate this.
All right, well, Josiah, do you think as someone who is millennial excellence?
I think it is. I think I was going to push back, but I think that it hits on the head of like I think now that time has passed, now that the generation wars have simmered down and moved on to someone else, I kind of see the point they were making when they said we all thought we were special little snowflakes. Not in like a right-wing way, but I kind of get where they were coming from with that one. I think the avocado toast thing was maybe a bit much, but I kind of see the special snowflake thing, and I think as someone who supports that, because you're like, I've read every Harry Potter book, so I can tell you exactly how it is. Some shit like that. And also the way that Gen Z people are cosplaying as someone else as they go. I think as someone who is definitely millennial, I don't know if it's excellent or not. I can't remember.
I think it's quite Reddit. I'm reading a Reddit thread. This is on r/unpopular opinion. I hate it when people write as someone who. I cannot stand it. Sure, if you want to establish some sort of credentials or something, but goddamn is it used unnecessarily. You see some shit like, as someone who has been drawing for a year, or as someone who is considering painting, or as someone who just took a shit in my pants. It's fucking dumb. You can just post your opinion. Why are you trying to pretend like anybody thinks 3 weeks of Python makes you an expert? Just fucking write out your opinion and let it stand by itself. Annoys me to no end. And then like there's a meta game where people argue if it's popular or not. And this guy goes, definitely unpopular. Establishing base credentials is important, especially if the person has an intermediate experience or adjacent experience. I've worked on lightning animations, and sometimes people will ask questions about animation that I can vaguely give answers to if I can't direct them elsewhere. Establishing that I worked closely with people who are more experienced gives context to what I say being semi-accurate and needs further research versus taking everything I say as fact. Ethos is one of the core logic structures. Passive ethological statements are weak but still important. +1 for unpopular. So
I really, really liked that voice that you just did.
What voice?
Never mind. Something I noticed while you were reading that. Oh, this must be okay. I think I just broke something wide open.
Okay.
You were reading Unpopular Opinion 5 years ago. I hate it when people write as someone who. While you were reading that, I found something called r/true unpopular opinion. Where someone has said, I absolutely hate it when someone starts a sentence with as blah, blah, blah. Anytime I look at a comment section, I can find a comment that says something along the lines of, as a European, as someone from New York, as someone that does this thing. These kinds of comments are everywhere, and I hate it. So essentially, it's the same thing, right? But then it gets me thinking, why is there r/unpopular opinion with 2.2 million weekly visitors, and then r/true unpopular opinion with 393,000 weekly visitors? But then I just found this on No Stupid Questions, which is, why is r/unpopular opinion full of popular opinions?
Yeah.
So they must have there must be a schism somewhere, and they had to start true unpopular opinions.
Yeah, I think our unpopular is people saying things that are popular that they'll get upvoted for. Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of what radical honesty is like, in my opinion. But we'll get there.
Oh, is that so?
Maybe I'll have to start a segment called True Radical Honesty. Well, everyone, go to patreon.com/ almost said Blink-155. What is it? Millennial Excellence.
Yep, and check out our episode on Nancy, the comic strip Nancy.
Having a nice evening drive right now. There's got the windows down, and the sky looks crazy because there's a tornado warning. I was hoping to see a funnel cloud driving back across town from the east side, the far east side, out kind of in the country sort of subdivision type motherfucking area. But ooh, I just heard a really loud frog. Anyway, yep, no funnel cloud, didn't see any funnel cloud, but it's like kind of like a sort of like a throbbing dusk, sort of like a crazy evening, very humid and windy, froggy. Yeah, but I guess it's good to not see a funnel cloud, though I've never seen one. I want to see one sometime, safely. Oh, I just arrived at my house. I did see a big bolt of lightning go across the sky horizontal though, like, holy shit. I just saw a huge, crazy lightning that was like, just all across the whole sky. Wow. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, you saw that lightning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, there was some, like, really crazy ones where you could really see, like, the whole bolt traveling, like, almost in slow-mo.
Yeah, like the tracing the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see a funnel cloud.
No, I don't. Don't speak that into existence.
Okay, my bad. No funnel cloud. Hi. Good. Hey, Doody. Meow, meow. We living in Tornado Alley these days. I'm at the gas station getting some gasoline. Come on. $3.49 a gallon. Not too bad. I'm on my way to the Cowboys show. The band, the Cowboys, are playing in Bloomington tonight. It's their final show of their tour. Also, Sharp Pins and Mr. Hightower playing across the street. It's rock and roll night in the Gulch, but it's also tornado night in the Gulch too. About to see. I'll let you know how the scene report goes. Weather or not, it rocks. It will. So yeah, that's the weather report and the rock and roll scene report and the gas price report. So at $29, $30 8 gallons, $31 9 gallons. That'll do. Alright, catch you later. Catch you later.